I went to the thrift store and I found a whole bunch of cool new stuff, so I want to go over some of it with you. Start with the CDs I found first. First up, I found Elton John's CD, The Big Picture. Don't know this one. I mainly know his like old classic stuff. And okay, there, now it's focusing a little bit better. So, interested to listen to this eventually. And then I got the Spawn soundtrack. This was really cool to find. Got a little crack up in the corner, but it's not too bad. And we get track list on the back there. Looks like some cool stuff. I really like the Spawn movie. I used to watch it a lot when I was younger. And cool thing, I found the tape also for free. They had a bunch of tapes out front for free. Glittery Eye. That is a cool little thing. Let's see. Is this rewound? It is actually rewound most of the way. Not that I'm going to be watching it anytime soon because I don't have a VCR hooked up at the moment. But it's just cool to have. It's cool to have like old VHSs as collectibles. And now on to some DVDs. No Country for Old Men, a Coen Brothers movie. I like the Coen Brothers usually. I haven't seen a movie of theirs I've disliked yet. Nothing too special in there. I don't know what to expect from this movie. I don't really know anything about it, so yeah, I'll be going in completely blind when I get around to watching this. And then Mulholland Drive, which was taped shut for some reason, on top of having these little snappy things on it. I don't know why this was taped shut. Nothing else was taped shut that I got. Just this. So anyway, lucky me, it was actually in there. Interesting thing, there was another copy of Mulholland Drive that I bought once at the thrift store. It was taped shut. I opened it when I got home, no disc inside. Someone went to the trouble of taping it shut and they didn't look inside first. That was really weird. So this one, I checked it like in the car and yeah, it was in there, so good. Anyway, again, I don't know what to expect from this. I've heard good things about it. Sounds like the type of movie that I might like, or the type of movie I might find really, really boring. I don't know. So, guess I'll see. And then here we got 12 Years a Slave, which, I don't know, docudrama, biodrama, period piece. Sounds like the type of thing I might like, or the type of thing I might find boring. I was looking at the cast list up here, and there's some people I like, and then there's some people where I'm like, okay, so they just casted a bunch of stars for name value for some reason. I don't really get that, especially with a movie like this, but I don't know, it could work, I guess. So yeah, I've heard good things about it. And then I got this On Site with Thomas and Other Adventures. Yeah, it's one of these thin cases, and I think I might actually have this, but one of the Jack in the Pack Thomas and Friends DVDs I have doesn't work right, so I'm hoping this is the one that doesn't work right, so I can use this one as a replacement. If it isn't, then I guess it's going back to charity. And then I got this, the new Christmas classics with George of the Jungle, Casper, Gumby, and Fat Albert. Anyway, it comes in this really big box, but there's nothing in it. There's 2 discs and then just a bunch of empty space. I don't know why there's so much empty space there. On the back of it, it says hours of bonus episodes. So I don't know if it's like, if that's true, that there's hours of bonuses, but I don't know. If there's a few episodes of Fat Albert or Gumby, that'll be cool. I'm not as big a fan of George of the Jungle or Casper. And then this is a neat thing I found, Moonbeam Adventures. Yeah, Full Moon's kid thing, Moonbeam. So we got Goobers, Shandar, the Shrunken City, and Night at the Magic Museum. And they're all in this little neat box set. That's cool. So anyway, Goobers. I know a little bit about this one. I've seen like clips of it from the creators of Prehysteria and Dragon World. I know Dragon World. Like, the puppet effects look pretty cool in this. That's mainly what I've seen, like, clips of. I don't remember from where, maybe, like, in trailers or something. Don't know this movie at all. Shandar and the... Oh, wait! No, I think I do know this. I think I might have actually seen this, or seen part of it at some point. I don't know for sure. Oh well, this one I definitely have not seen. Don't know what to expect from it. Like, the cover and the logo is obviously trying to be a ripoff of Night at the Museum, but based on the images and the description there, it definitely doesn't sound like it has much in common with Night at the Museum. So, I don't know, something interesting to look into, I guess, when I get around to it. Let's see, then I got a Blu-ray of The King of Comedy, because I heard people comparing the Joker movie to this, and I like the Joker movie. And I like Martin Scorsese's movies sometimes. I don't know, maybe it's good. Again, don't know what to expect from it. PG. Okay. And then, let's see. Oh yeah, I found this. Sonic the Hedgehog, The Adventures of Sonic and Donut Lord. Yeah, this was just in with all, like, the kids' books. This was, like, a special comic that came packed with some particular edition of the first Sonic movie. I never was able to find that particular version of the Sonic movie that came with this comic, but, well, now I have the comic on its own, so, cool. And finally, this was a really weird thing. Flex Play DVDs. Does anybody out there know what Flex Play is? Flex Play was a failed movie format, like, by design, basically. The idea of these was that you'd buy these cheapy, DVDs, you open them up, and there was a chemical inside the DVD that, when exposed to air, would cause the DVDs to burn out and stop working after a couple days. Yeah. Yes, really, they tried this. It was a very silly idea, and it didn't do well. People didn't like the idea of having to pay for movies that would self-destruct, basically. Now, I don't know if this idea might come back, because, like, we do have, like, all these streaming services that will have movies up and then they'll just obliterate them, and, like, there's no physical release of them, so they're kind of lost. So I don't know, maybe these are still kind of around, just in a different format. So anyway, these are a neat little thing, novelty to have. Oh, and the cool thing, they're still sealed, so hypothetically, if I were to open these, they might actually still work. Not that I would care to watch Martian Child or Disturbia. I do not care about these movies. I only bought them for the novelty of their Flex Play DVDs, and this was a very silly idea that only lasted, like, not even a year, I think. Oh, an interesting thing about these, even though Flex Play was very short-lived, the designs of these two cases are completely different. The Flex Play logo is on top on that one, in the bottom on that one, normal DVD logo on that one, stretched DVD logo. This one, the instructions are, like, all in color. On this one, they're all just in red. And then, like, yeah, all this text around the actual DVD cover is completely different. That one has, like, a really thick thing at the top explaining Flex Play. That one's a little thinner. And then, let's see. Yeah, this one has the red border at the bottom, and this one doesn't. So very strange that this short-lived format had wildly different packaging. Also, what's interesting, you can actually find some FlexPlay DVDs fairly cheap on eBay, probably because most of these are movies that aren't really that collectible. The only type of people who would be interested in collecting FlexPlay DVDs are, like, people who just are fascinated by dead formats, or in this case, yeah, just planned suicide formats. Like, yeah, they, let's see, recycle or discard when DVD expires. Yeah, these were pre-made to break down. Very strange concept. So yeah, there is a bunch of the stuff I found at the thrift store today. Hope you enjoyed this. See ya.